Yo, so we are going to be showing you guys some very basic zombie trains here on D Machina. Oh, look, we have two. And there are plenty around this map to be had, ran through, hung around on, do whatever you'd like. There's plenty of spots for you to take these zombie herds for a run. What you're going to really want to do is take the pathing that I showed you from the beginning and leave this tunnel over here near the Juggernog crash site. Leave that tunnel closed. If you open the doors to the left, what that allows is you to get closest to the upgrade station right here, where you can buy armor and gun upgrades. And you want to go up and turn the power on probably somewhere around wave 8 or 9. You can last without having to go all the way up here. Until then, you want to make sure you have enough money to open all the doors and still pack a punch after you get the pack a punch machine. So it's about 4,500 coin, and then after that you're going to need 500 more to come down through the Aether tunnel. Once you do all this, you can get the pack-a-punch machine, which you're going to need after you turn the power on, because as soon as you turn the power on, the dogs spawn in the very next round, and then the megaton comes in the following round. So you don't want to turn on the power until you're ready to fight both of these enemies. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna fast forward to somewhere in the mid-20s of rounds and show you all the different locations that you could train very easily with a horde of zombies. Alright, so round 20 is just starting, and as you can see, there's already a good amount of zombies already running around everywhere. And I'm going to show you why you shouldn't open certain doors rather than just telling you which ones you should open and shouldn't open. So when you're in this area, as you can see around 20, they're not fast. They're quick, but they're not fast. Once you get into the latter rounds, like 50, 70, 100, these zombies will full-fledged sprint at you. So when you're training them over here like this, and you get them in their straight line like this, and you want to get your kills, it's going to be really hard to do that when the door behind you is open, because as you're killing these zombies, the other ones will be spawning in behind you. If you have that door closed, it forces the zombies to spawn around the perimeter or on the opposite end of the building, giving you much more time to move around, recollect them into the herd, and then go back to training. Alright, so here we are on wave 23, and if you followed the original pathing that I told you to take, this door here should be closed still, and this is one of my favorite spots to train. Now, there is this wing, and sometimes the zombies will end up running on it, but if you can run them into this corner along the wall, they'll follow you exactly, and you walk along it, they will line up right here for you. Now, what you need to do is keep this door over my left shoulder at stamina up closed. But because I have it open, some zombies will spawn against the wall and underneath and climb up and run in. So that is a challenge. So make sure you leave this door closed when you do that original pathing to go to the power. Now, one thing to be conscious of is that this area has a lot more perimeter spawns than the original spawn point. So what you're going to want to do is try and use this tunnel corner right here to herd most of your zombies. You can make a very good semicircle like I'm doing here, cut right back across and around them, and then just keep rounding them up. Per usual, the fast ones will try and keep up, and then when you turn them around, they will all group together in one big herd. As you can see on the mini-map, I'll run them back to this corner again because I'm using as much area as possible because I have an entire map, and then boom, critical kills all day. Now, as for the pond area, you need to be really careful with this one because some zombies spawn underneath the rocks. Some will come from the tunnel since we've opened this way, but most of them will spawn from the perimeter of this area. Once you pass round 15, this APC will start to float. So you actually get a lot more room back here to move around. So it's a little more convenient. As you can see, I can literally just run around the zombies right now. But again, in those later rounds, you won't be able to toy with them this much. So it's about finding that line where you can line them up and just knock out as many in one row as possible. There's so many places that you can drag them around here, but since it's so tight, it's very easy for them to get split up. So I would just toy around with it a little bit until you find the one that best fits you. For me down here, I usually drag them right up along the tree line over here, behind the truck near this fungus on the tree. They normally line up pretty well for me, and then I can knock out a bunch of them in a row, as you'll see here. Now, one thing I advise you to never do is to run trains underground in any part of the lab. The hallways are way too narrow, and there are way too many spawn variables and flip variables for the lines on these zombies. So if you get too far away from them, they'll flip around like this. Sure, you can jump down, but then there's going to be more that spawn underneath you. They'll cut back around and cut you off over here. It's just ugly. This isn't a place you want to get caught with more than 10 or 20 zombies, because in the long run, you can get cornered really easily. Like, I don't even know what's going on behind my back right now, because the ones in the very far back could despawn and respawn closer like this, or in the windows like that. There's a crawl hole here. It's just really dangerous to get stuck under here for no reason at all. If you're ever playing this and during the middle of a round, you want to spend it above ground in one of the places I mentioned before. So there you have it, guys. That's why you always want to train upstairs. I gave you 3 solid spots. Hopefully you guys can use them to your advantage and get some pretty good rounds going. Possibly even get some extra raw Aetherium crystals, grind those camos out. Whatever you need to do in zombies, hopefully all of these train spots that I showed you help. And let me know if there's anything else that you guys could use a hand with. Again, guys, if this video helped you at all, please drop a like on it and consider subscribing. It is completely free, and there's so much more Call of Duty content coming. We stream every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time, and we're on a zombies kick. So come by, see what we're playing, and come hang out, maybe even play for a little bit.